Content warning. Vast Arrow contains material that isn't suited for younger readers or the easily disturbed. This generally includes potential eye strain in CSS and flashes, exploration of mental illnesses, depression, anxiety, PTSD, etc., sexual adult themes, death and gore, depictions of abuse, mental and physical, and disturbing graphic imagery throughout whenever the team deems it appropriate. Specific content warnings predating the potentially triggering material will be added to the comic. Begin.
This young troll stands in his restive block. It just so happens that today, the 22nd bilunar perigee of the Dark Season's third blink, is the day of this indicated troll's larval awakening, also known as his Wriggling Day. A night that stands out in infamy among the rest of the litter, mainly due to the fact that it really does not need to exist. Though it was 8 solar sweeps ago he was given a life, and also 8 sweeps ago he was given a name, it decides to let you think of an effortless insult in one of those plates that appear whenever you attempt to name someone, as is customary for this planet's usual birthing rituals. He consents that the tips of your nubs are perspiring with anticipation at such an idea. Go on and get it over with. Enter name.
Hypocritical asshat.
Yes, this is most certainly the greatest jab in the history of all universes. This guy congratulates you on how original you are for coming up with an insult that even a Wriggler's pre-osmosis think pan could easily conjure in a matter of seconds. Alright, he's giving you one more chance to not ruin this, though he highly doubts the odds of said chance stand in his favor. Try again.
Little shit.
What do you know? He was completely right. In fact, he was more than right. That was even worse than your original attempt. How is that even possible? Let's just move on to identifying his real name before you embarrass yourself any further. Your name is Arcjek Voran. As was previously mentioned, it is your Wriggling Day. It's not something you feel needs to be celebrated, or that anyone else does for that matter. These arbitrary dates are nothing but depressing reminders of past mistakes, always there to drive home the fact that no matter what, you have no option but to continue to live with the weight of your actions, sweep after sweep, with no recourse. Your planet's population isn't big on the concept. It's just not something to bring up in polite conversation. Unlike most trolls your age, or even trolls of an earlier age, you don't have many hobbies. Not every troll around you can end up being some sort of prodigy, alright? Not to mention, the few things that you are interested in aren't exactly considered productive means of time usage. You could even say that you're often quite lazy. In the past, you enjoyed reading stories of mass vigilantes and watching various forms of 2D fiction. This used to lead to bouts of artistically inclined scribbling, but you're not that interested in doing those things anymore, for unspecified reasons. You also drink copious amounts of Mountain Dew Code Red. So copious, in fact, that you might even be able to label it as an addiction. Drinking this stuff is not something that you're proud of, but it gets the job done. You don't take much part in talking to your 11 other friends, even though they constantly take part in pestering you on that new chat system Scorp. Yeah, there really isn't that much more to say about you. Your troll tag is Animated Humorist, and while your screen name and quirk are sort of really awkward now, you've left them alone.
They also manage to be hypocritical, considering the fact that you speak in a rather serious tone most of the time.
Right now, you don't have anything you need to be doing. You should probably come up with something, though. You're already getting tired of just standing in this spot and blankly staring at the other side of the room. What will you do? Arcjek, pick up all of this trash on your floor. Are you referring to all the cans of Code Red? In that case, you're completely mistaken about them being trash. If there was such a thing as objective measurement of quantifiable wrongness, separated by levels, you'd be on the highest one of them all. You're wrong in every sense of the definition, of which there are many. You are wrong so many times. Well, you guess the ones laying down were just haphazardly tossed back as we finished them, and the ones standing up are finished too, actually. However, you have intentionally left a couple of them marinating for a while near your desk, in case some sort of hurried, caffeinated emergency presents itself.
The balls of paper are actually trash, though. Maybe you'll pick them up later if you feel like it. Maybe. Art check. Look at posters. You used to think that these two were some of the biggest badasses who ever not lived. Batman and Deadpool were your favorites back when you were younger. You haven't read any of their issues in a very long time. Around 2 sweeps or so, to be more specific. You always fantasized about how amazing it would be to have superpowers or a special array of technology as great as theirs. In retrospect, it wasn't the most well-planned of aspirations. It could never have happened, and will never happen, because this is real life. And that's not how things work in the real world, which harbors real life.
Although, as you gaze at their tightly suited splendor, you can't help but once again wonder what things would be like if you had, say, the power to always miraculously survive, even in the most brutal of murder scenarios. Or if you could fly. But that's all in the past now. Why you still keep these up, you have no clue. Hawkjack, stack up Code Red cans and plow through them like a skull titan.
Hawkjack, stack up Code Red cans and plow through them like a skull titan.
Not going to happen. You can't believe you even thought about that, despite how quote-unquote fun it may dubiously end up being. You can't afford to be silly right now. Meandering around your block and looking at all of your own junk while sulking is much more important than your own entertainment.
Hawkjack, overdramatically turn and glare at the picture on your dartboard.
You slowly turn your head around in order to look at the appalling box printed out on your dartboard. Where can you even begin with this abhorrent monstrosity some would dare call food? That's a large exaggeration away from the truth. A detestably enormous miscalculation on their part. Vast, even. Usually, food tends to be the least of your worries. Your species has an affinity for sustaining themselves on various mishmashes of carbo-loaded artificiality. But if you ever again tried to process something like pizza and treatza, there would be vomit on the ground. It would be plain incomprehensible just how much vomit you would come to exist on your floor. You would barf out every last organ you have sitting inside of you. You're getting tired of looking at that picture on the dartboard. It's not tired of looking at you, though. It never is. You're just going to have to
Show it who runs things around here. Nice shot.
You have effectively shown it who runs things around here. You should know better than to try to challenge you. But you are aware that it'll always stay in there, staring at you, awaiting the next battle. Prepared, time and time again. Certain of its defeat, but triumphant and persistent enough that it thinks it'll get past you without so much as one more dart in its ugly mug. In a way, you feel as if it always has some form of victory over you, each time you two duel. A shallow yet painful victory. It holds the pleasure of having already beaten you, but it's too modest to let you know. Not that you actually took the time to throw anything. That was all in your imagination. Hawkjack, look at the book on top of your thermal hole. It's really nothing worth looking at. There's no need to go back there.
Something happened.
And just what could that be? Whatever it is, it totally almost turned off your inner monologue. Can you believe the nervous some trolls out there? I mean, seriously, what is up with this society? They think they can just do whatever they... Okay, monologue restored. You can go investigate now.
Hawkjack, investigate Blink.
After a thorough and intriguing peek at the scene, you've come to the conclusion
mentioned that the plink very much means death.
Archek, scream!
Archek, get up and hide under your desk. Archek, get interrupted from hiding.